And welcome back. We had gotten to the hidden bonfire and cleared out the first segment of Anor Londo, and I'm now heading on to the horrible part of Anor Londo that I oftentimes have severe trouble getting past. Now, I also just saw the Saints Row 4 trailer. I don't even have words for that. It's just freaking terrible. Well, if you're a fan of the series, go watch it. See what you think. Wrong side. Anyways. A lot of players have trouble with the segment of Anor Londo I'm about to start. There's a good reason for it. Oops, wrong side. I apologize if I randomly start whining about what they did to Saints Row 4. You really have to see the trailer to understand it. It's terrible. It's freaking horrible. It's literally like they did that, what they did to Duke Nukem Forever. What I recommend doing for this part is lure them back one at a time. That way you don't have to fight both up there. For some reason, these guys have a major advantage when they're on this kind of terrain. It honestly seems like they were designed to fight on these angled bits of terrain more than they were on flat ground. This isn't the bad part of Anor Londo, mind you. This is the easy segment of this. It's the part that comes after this that's freaking terrible. The funny part is, they're not that good at fighting you when they're going uphill, but when they're going downhill, they're excellent at getting weird dead angle hits, stuff like that. Oh, yawn. And I might not actually use the black iron armor because of how much I have used it in the past. I might use the Silver Knight set for a change just because I like how that stuff looks. It's also quite a good deal lighter. Sorry about the dog barking in the background. There's nothing I can really do about her. She's been going a lot today. For fuck's sake. Okay. This part, there's 3 of them down here if memory serves. Yeah. Piss off one with either a bow or a crossbow, sit at about that angle. And the damage that got through my shield was lightning damage. Everything here down here has some ability to do lightning or magic damage. See if this does better on these things since they have 0 poise. They do have a ranged attack, so you've got to be careful at times. Oftentimes you can knock that one straight off the edge. And this little bastard's a little bit annoying. Just the position he starts in. But they're pretty weak. It's just the spots you have to fight them in that makes them suck. There's a couple of them down here. There's a trick to this group, though. Let's come down here. Get their attention. Hey, buddy. And retreat. retreat up this. Damn, I only pulled one. If you pull both of them, they'll actually push each other off the edge. There's the range attack I mentioned. But if you retreat up there while they're both running, oftentimes one will get thrown off the edge, or they both will. It's a heck of a lot better than facing them in that little tiny area. Really should have used a crossbow, but whatever. Now, this is the part that sucks, right here. What you can't see is there are actually two... Oh, there we go. Silver Knight archers up there with Dragon Slayer great bows. I'm going to equip a ring of sacrifice for this. But basically, the only way to deal with this is just run. And do not stop. One hit from that, regardless of your poise, will send you over the edge. Even if you're guarding, generally. Wait at this point for them to stop shooting. Sometimes it takes a little while. And if I die here a couple times, I apologize. I'm really bad at this segment. Yeah, I do need more endurance. But I gotta get faith next. Okay, once they start shooting, just run, basically. Now, when you get up here, goal is to either get that to happen, which was really, really lucky, or you can parry him while you're there, and that gets you right by. I can't believe that guy knocked himself off. That was lucky as hell. Normally I parry him, or I will just guard until he knocks himself off the edge. Thankfully, the next bonfire is right up here. To this side over here. There are no more of those demons inside. Hey, Slayer, make sure you talk to him here if he's there.
Oh, there you are. You've been quiet these days. Smooth summoning out there. Anytime you see my brilliantly shining signature, do not hesitate to call upon me. You've left me with quite an impression.
If you heard that, that's a peacock.
A chance to assist you.
During their mating season, I probably won't be recording.
If I didn't know better, I'd think you had feelings for me. Oh no, dear me, pretend you didn't hear that.
Simply due to the fact that they will scream like that every few moments, and it can become incredibly annoying. You can imagine how bad it is trying to sleep through that. Unless you actually got them. Now, I think I'm going to break this, or Anor Londo, into 3 parts. The first part I've already done, second part is just going to be exploring this area, and third part will be the boss. Depends how long this segment takes. Right over here is a spear-wielding Silver Knight. Oops, forgot to switch off my ring of sack. The usual spear wielders, they're quite irritating and like to guard. Now, I'll be using the Avalon through here just for breaking poise. As you can see, they have a lot of reach, but their damage on me is kind of crappy because I've got really good armor. They do have an unblockable if you give them too much space, though, so do be wary of that when you're fighting the spear ones. Ah, good. Let's see what the stat requirements are. Yeah. Requires a lot of dexterity to use. This is what I mean about the spear being ridiculously long. It's actually the second longest spear in the game, if memory serves. Now, for some strange reason, the sword is enchantable, but the spear is not. Yeah, he was guarding a chest. I don't really understand why they did that. Just a few sunlight metals in here. Nothing really all that important, but can come in handy if you're going for the Sunburst miracles. Now, there's a Sword Knight right over here. He's not nearly as big of a problem as the spear one, but he does hit harder. hear that in the background? That is a Titanite demon. That is in a really bad place. Might have to switch back to the heavy crossbow just because I don't do enough damage. Yeah, let's see how that one does on these guys. Also has a lower delay between attacks, so that might be helpful. Now, that door is locked if memory serves. Yeah, can't open it from that side. This one... this is the room with the secret. Now, that looks kind of suspicious, right? Yeah. This is where Havel's armor is waiting. Won't be using it. It is absurdly freaking heavy, but it is very, very useful. There's also a mimic down here. I just don't remember which chest it's in. This one doesn't need to be checked. It's one of the two over there, then. As you can see, it has really good defenses, but it is heavy as hell. Yeah, it puts me in heavy roll just to switch to one piece of it. I've never really liked Havel's armor, in my opinion at least. There's one in the shield, and... yeah, one's the shield. And that's the dragon tooth, his weapon. Also don't really know why they split it up like that. This is the mimic. Yep. I switched to this due to the fact that they're a pain to hit. The spray of bolts might be better on it. Stop doing your own. Stop trying to eat, damn it. This one's determined to try and eat someone. Yeah. This room's kind of a pain to fight in, just because of all the pillars. Yeah. Anyways, once he dies, Cult Club for it. Not really that great of a weapon. Might just be a hint that occult weapons do bonus damage on the Silver Knights, which they supposedly do. I've never used them because I haven't gotten any faith builds all that far. Where is it? Has decent faith scaling for being a club, and that 110 on there. You get that on all occult weapons. It means they do 10% extra damage against certain enemies. Let's see. Where is it? Ah, there you are. Now, there's a shortcut by hopping over that, which I intend to use. Just get my timing right. Damn it. I keep jumping at the exact same point, don't I? There we go. Lets you skip a pretty good segment to this place. Right over there is the Titanite demon. I do not like fighting him in there. It's a small room. And you've seen how well those guys' fights go. Ow. These guys have. Thankfully, the Silver Knight armor is in this room, actually. That guy won't move until you either attack him or try to get to those chests. Ow. Freaking reach. of fighting the Silver Knights, unfortunately. It's the spear ones. Normally what you want to do is parry and riposte or backstab. Neither of these chests are mimics. Did that just on principle. And yeah. See the Silver Knight set. It's more of a medium armor set, to be honest. If you notice, the poise isn't nearly as high, but the lightning defense is a lot better. Yeah. In my opinion, it just looks better. Except for the helmet. The helmet looks pretty stupid. As you can see, it makes your head incredibly freaking tiny. Yeah. For now, I'll be sticking to the Black Iron set because of the poise and the fact that I seem to leave myself really open to these guys. Interesting. So upgrade that's slightly stronger than the unupgraded. And that lets you open that door. Refresh my charges on heal for the next part. Still using the Ring of Sacrifice. Might help if I switch to that for now, I guess. Any hits that make it through deal less damage. And the damage variance that you're seeing is because some of the attacks I'm doing are counter hits. You can get a ring that boosts your counter damage by killing the enemies in a certain order for the bosses here. I'll oftentimes use it when I'm doing a bow build, things like that, but that's really about the only use I've ever found for it. They can hit you through the wall, so be careful about that. They do have that much freaking reach. And just remember, do not give them too much room, or they'll do a charge where they will hit you regardless of if you're guarding or not. It sucks, but it's just the way they are. Come on. Stop trying to shield bash. Find that. I don't know why they made the spear ones so much more of a threat than the sword ones, but yeah, it's just kind of how they are. Now, there's actually a trick to fighting this guy if you're using a bow. Hi, bow guy. These guys can drop Dragon Slayer arrows, but not the bow. Catch him. And they're worth a few more souls than the typical Silver Knight, probably because they're rarer and they're honestly more of a threat from a distance. Let's see, the other one should be in here. Jackass. And how did he hit me? Forgot that it's a 3-swing. Fast enemies are definitely going to be a problem with this build. Close to death here. I guess that's the point where I'm supposed to use Iron Flesh before fighting him. One of the rooms coming up, I will be using it. This is the one I was saving some stuff for.
Whatever can be done.
It's important that you set him free here.
Ah, you again. Let me guess. Were you repelled by the Silver Knights? Ah, don't be ashamed. 'Tis the fate of vanguards like you and I. I'll think of something. We can overcome this together.
Or I can do it alone.
This is quite a fix. We'll need another 3, no, maybe 5 bodies. Quite a fix indeed.
Switch to the Avalon for this room. As you can see, Iron Flesh makes you incredibly slow. But this attack did next to nothing. And they bounce off. Kind of a cheap tactic, but it is effective. And that guy was in a pretty bad spot. And there's 3 of them in here. That really doesn't last long. Just switch to it for a moment. Come over here. I hit the other one. Now you can use Power Within while you use Iron Flesh. I think. Huh. It said you could. Interesting. So they changed that. Only problem is, with Iron Flesh, you can't really get away from anything. But it certainly does make them easier to handle. You also cannot run, cannot dodge while you're using it.
Oh ho! What's on your mind, friend? Wait. You defeated those monsters? Fantastic. I'm saved. This Knight of Catalina hereby commends you. Take this as a token of my gratitude. But be warned, gallantry entails great risk. Next time, give me a chance to come up with a plan. But be warned.
Yeah. Once he's saved, or once this is dealt with, he'll move to the next section. Don't remember if this one's a mimic. Nope. Just a couple demon type now. And that gets you out down here. Now, this is the floor above where we initially were. As you can see, even when guarding, they knock you back pretty far. And they drop Dragon Slayer arrows in sets of 1 or 3. If memory serves, those are the only amounts I've ever gotten, at least. Let's see. Are there any guys in here? No, but there is there's one right behind that door. Yep, right there. Seems the Avalon isn't quite enough to full-on stagger them, but it gets a little twitch, basically. More than heavy crossbow manages. Right, and the reason I commented on the spear being unenchantable, it's because of the fact that the sword you can actually put weapon buffs on. I don't know why you can't on the spear. Nothing really of note in that room in particular. It's just another spot you can start in down here. Now, that's a mimic, and on the other side is a mimic. All they drop is some coins, which are good for getting souls. Same fight as usual. Again, not really in a good area. Mimics do not seem to like spawning in decent-sized areas. Finally get a stagger in the bastard. Get out of the way of the other bolts. Really am getting the crap beaten out of me here. This one, yeah, just a silver coin. The other one, or a series of silver coins, I should say, should be a gold coin or two. Switch to the serpent ring to see if I can get a symbol of avarice off this one. Fortunately for me, they're a bit too quick for my build. Right, I'd forgotten about that attack. Uses it to close distance, and it does a lot of poise and stamina damage. Please, don't let me die to a mimic. That would be embarrassing. Gold coin. Didn't think I'd get the symbol of avarice. It's a really rare drop. And here, right above where we got the Silver Knight set, and over here is, for one, this jackass. What? Fuck it. Still using the serpent ring. Now, right down there is our old friend, the Titanite Demon. Now, you can hit him through here with a bow. It's just incredibly difficult to get at the right angle to hit him. I don't know if I'll be able to do it with a crossbow. I managed it once with a bow, but that was it. Yep. At least one hit. What the hell? Basically, it's just all about finding the exact spot you have to be at. Damn it. It's cheap, it's kind of lame to do this, but at the same time, due to his location, I always have immense problems fighting him. So over here, right there. I'm assuming that's what that Silver Knight was actually guarding. See if two-handing it to change the angle will make this any better. There goes power within. Joy. And I have to answer that. Go figure. Hello? Sorry. Family is a pain in the ass. Might off-screen figuring out the right angle for this guy just because I'm having no luck at it. Yeah. I'm gonna off-screen doing that. Does she not? If that's her again, I'm just gonna hang up. Or mute the ringer. I hate my family. Let's see. That's the basic section of this place. And gotta do this little hop again, unfortunately. The reason I came back over here is to go over to the blacksmith. Let's see, I don't remember if he's this side or the other side. I have 2 more things to show, then I'm going to cut the recording session because I have a few things to do. Thanks to that phone call. Blacksmith right over here. He does lightning and boss soul upgrades. I don't remember what bolts and arrows he sells. That's what I had stocked up before. There's also some demons out there, as well as this chest right over here. Fortunately, you have to go in from the other side to get it. It's kind of in a bad spot. But it gets you the Hawk Ring. That boosts the range of all projectile attacks. I'm not sure if it increases spell range or not.
Are you forging weapons?
And let's see. He sells Twinkling Titanite, but it is expensive. Sells the Giant set, which has some of the highest poise in the game and defense in the game when fully upgraded, but it is really heavy and really overused. Sells Moonlight Arrows, which are good for if you upgrade your bow along the magic path, because it'll add extra base magic damage for the modifier to affect. Dragon Slayer Arrows, which can only be used by the Dragon Slayer and Go or Goff, whatever you want to pronounce his name as, is Great Bow. Lightning Bolts, which are unique to him. Essentially, they're just really, really expensive bolts. Yeah, he also sells the Giant's Halberd and Shield. As you can see, it does do lightning damage, which does not scale, unfortunately, and it does decent physical damage, but the weight is atrocious, and the shield, which is really good, but again, the weight is atrocious. It's like that for all the Giant equipment. Now, this might actually weaken it for now, but this is where you do the boss soul modifications. As you can see, it changes the stats quite a bit. Crystal Ring Shield and Shield of Artorias. Artorias has some of the highest stability in the game, but has pretty high stat requirements. It's also really good against pretty much everything except for lightning. There's the Crystal Ring Shield, excellent against magic, and has low stability, but you cannot parry. Instead, you will pretty much throw a Tron disc. If you're going to do a lightning bow, generally you want to use the lightning bolts with it, but that's just too damn... Why is the modifier going up? Anyways, it's just too damn rich for me to use, basically. I don't know why the bolt damage went up on that upgrade. That's just weird. Let's see. This room in here, is where you can use the black eye orb to go fight Lautrec. You can do that before or after the boss, doesn't matter if you're in human form or not. And there's 2 giant sentinels down there. They're extra strong compared to the regular ones. They can also heal themselves and cast Wrath of the Gods, which makes them kind of a big threat, at least for me. Anyways, to get the Dragon Slayer bow, right down here. I don't remember where exactly it dropped down to. Ah, there it is. Now, you need a homeward bone to get out of here. So make sure you have one before you come down to get this. There you go. It's a popular weapon for trolling. Even if you don't have the stat requirements, if memory serves, it'll still do the absurd knockback. And it gets to be really powerful when upgraded. But I won't be using it. Anyways. Up, and then we'll cut the video here. I'm gonna have to do Faith. I need to get that up. As you can see, crystal weapons grow quite a bit when you upgrade them, and the scaling doesn't decrease over the regular path, but their durability is severely reduced. You can't repair them, and, well, technically you can by upgrading them, but that's only to a limit, and you cannot de-upgrade them. It kind of sucks. Guess I'll do a quick test on the lightning crossbow before I cut the video, just to see how it does. And, yeah. There's the bow we found behind the giant, not bow, ring we found behind the giant. It's related to Hawkeye Go. At least that's how I always pronounce his name. And come in pretty handy. If you're being a sniper. My damage didn't really change. It actually went down a little. It's probably because it's going through split defenses and it's not fully upgraded. Yeah. If you're wondering why it doesn't cause the elemental hit effect, That's because I'm not using the lightning bolts. It's just some weird issue with the bows. It is doing the elemental damage properly, though. Anyways, yeah. Next part, we'll deal with Lautrec and Ornstein and Smo. So for now, see ya.